Hey guys, welcome to Agent After Hours. I am here with Nicole Rigler to talk about TikTok a little bit today, or at least the use of the app TikTok. So you've been crushing it with your videos.
Thank you.
Yeah. So I see that you post. So you do a lot of recording on TikTok, but then you use those on Instagram and Facebook.
Mm-hmm. Well, really, I actually do the recording on Instagram Reels,
Okay.
and it's basically Instagram's version of TikTok.
Gotcha. Okay.
So it's the same idea, same concept, but it's actually created on Instagram.
Okay. And what made you decide, hey, this is what I want to do?
Well,
Just have fun with it?
I'll tell you something that might be a little surprising.
Sure.
I'm an introvert. I'm naturally shy. I'm nervous right now. So to say it like comes naturally to me is probably a stretch.
Okay.
I've been in this business for 22 years.
Sure.
I was partnered with my mother, she got licensed in 1977.
Okay.
So I was basically raised in the business.
Gotcha.
And as a kid, I would have said I would never get into it.
My kids are already prepping me. They're like,
Yeah.
So Dad, we're gonna work for you someday. And I'm like, we'll see.
Yeah. I mean, my mom never discouraged it, but I was like, no, I don't want to do that. That's crazy.
Sure.
But when I was in my senior year at NKU, she's like, hey, your hours are crazy. She's like, I'm at a point in my business, I need an assistant. Come work with me while you're finishing up school.
Sure.
And it'll be a win-win. And I was like, that's fine. Well, that year while I was working as her assistant, I was like, maybe
I kinda like this.
I do kind of like this. I like seeing these women in business. I kind of like the entrepreneurship and just that. And as soon as I graduated from college, I went to real estate school and got my license. So her and I formed our first, or I would say one of the area's kind of first teams. We were a mother-daughter team.
Sure.
So we were kind of branded as Debbie and Nicole. And so she was always Debbie. She's the extrovert. She can walk into a room and not know a stranger and walk out with 5 new best friends.
Sure.
Me, not me.
Yeah.
I'm like, I have to go into a room of strangers?
It's exhausting.
Yeah, I'm like, do I have to? So it's just, it doesn't come natural to me.
Sure.
But we had a great business. We worked together for over, our partnership was for over 22 years.
Wow.
And she retired officially after 43 years at the end of 2020.
Okay.
So here I am. The Debbie's gone, and I'm just Ann Nicole.
Yep.
So I kind of thought, I always had a good business. I always had a lot of repeat and referrals, but I never put myself out there.
Sure.
I would say I was kind of an undercover agent.
Okay.
You know how some people were like, they can hear somebody talk about a house across the room, and they're like, hey, I'm a realtor.
I'm not that person.
I am not that person either.
Right.
Far from it. I'm just like, I'm listening, but I'm not joining it.
Yeah.
But as I was starting this kind of new era of having to rebrand myself as a single agent, I kind of thought to myself, let's just go for it.
Yeah.
So, I thought, I'm going to put myself out there. I'm going to start taking some risk. I didn't have a business Facebook page. I didn't have my own website. I didn't have an Instagram page. And last January, I created it all.
Love it.
I know. So part of that started with the videos.
Sure.
And it's not easy for me, to put myself out there. And every time, still to this day, when I create a video or a TikTok or a reel, as they call it on Instagram, and I hit post, I'm nervous.
Now, I think the biggest thing for me was, and I forget who said it along the lines, but don't even watch it back.
True.
It's so hard not to, because you want to critique and make sure it's perfect. But I think agents or influencers or whoever it might be spend way too much time getting the perfect shot.
True.
As opposed to, we're doing this in one take, and it's raw, it's uncut, it's authentic.
It is authentic. And honestly, the mess ups and the not perfect ones are normally the best.
We get way more views on the bloopers because we do cut some of those out. But I noticed a lot of your videos, it's you doing a voiceover, or it's not even you talking, but it's what's trending.
Right. And it's been a learning curve, and I feel like I'm still learning and evolving with it all. But yeah, you have to be willing to put yourself out there. You need to be relevant, and you need to educate and entertain at the same time?
Absolutely.
Because we're on our phones to be entertained.
Oh yeah.
Nobody wants to see just sold, just listed, just sold, just listed. I mean, that's great, and I think some of that should be on there, but really, like, you want to be remembered.
Yep.
You want to be relevant, and you want to provide information.
Well, I think I said this on one of the last agent after hours that we did. Said you're not competing against the agent down the street that's just posting just sold, just listed, because everybody's doing that.
Right.
You're competing for the attention of people on their phones with ads from Apple and Facebook and all these other things. So to be relevant, you've got to stand out. And I think you're doing a great job with the trendy type videos because they're trending for a reason. People find them entertaining. And so you're just kind of putting your own spin on it. And the people that know you are certainly going to go, oh, well, hey, look what Nicole did today.
Right. And sometimes I think, am I too old for this? You know, like, should I do this? But and it might not be for everybody. Somebody might look at my Instagram page and it might not be for them, but then they're probably not really for me.
Right.
They're probably not my people. The people that get my sense of humor or get what I'm trying to do, those are the people I want to work with.
Sure.
Yeah.
So what have you seen in your business since you've started doing video?
Well, I try not, so when I post a video, I try not to get wrapped up on the views or the likes or this too much because some are hits and some are misses.
Yeah.
But what I do think is important is I think it's a resume. If somebody looks me up,
Right.
they see that. But I get more of, at a Bengals, watching a game and everybody's like, oh my God, Nicole, I love your videos.
Yeah.
Now, that person's never liked one, never commented on it, but they're like, I love your videos. Or I'm into Kroger's and like, oh, you're doing so great at your business. Your videos are awesome. So I get so much of that interaction. So I know even though that's why I try not to get wrapped up on the views or the likes or how many followers I have, because I know people are seeing it and they're remembering it.
Yeah.
So.
And even if you have, and I'm just using round numbers here, you have 25 people that like a video. Mm-hmm. That's 25 people that are going to remember that video that you did.
Exactly.
And if they show one person or tell one person about it, or the next time they're in a room and they hear somebody talking about selling their house or buying a house, they're going to say, oh, you need to call my friend Nicole.
Yeah. Well, and here's the kind of going on with that, the perfect example. And probably most every realtor out there has experienced that. Somebody will post on Facebook, hey, I'm looking to buy a first house. Can anybody recommend a realtor?
Yeah.
And they will literally get
Laundry
100.
list. Sure.
100. And I've been, honored enough to be on those lists. I never chase them because, there's 100 people on there. But I always thank the person that, put me on there. But I had one client last year, and I saw my name pop up on one of these lists. And about a week later, I got a call from this girl. And she's like, hey, I put a post out and somebody recommended you. And I said, oh, okay, that's great. And I'm thinking, oh my God, she called me. There was 100 people on there. And she goes, yeah, I have to be completely honest with you. She said, I stalked your Instagram. I stalked your Facebook. She goes, I already feel like I know you.
Yeah.
And she's like, you're the person I want to work with. And I was like,
there
okay,
you go.
this video stuff is working. It just made me be like, okay, it was enough to keep me going.
Right. Well, it is your online resume.
It is.
People work with those that they know, like, and trust. Mm-hmm. And when you're in a laundry list of people that everybody's recommending, all their other friends are recommending, how do they choose? Based on your name?
Right.
But if they click on you and they see your online resume, they already get to know you. They hopefully like you, and then you'll earn their trust.
Exactly. And, you really have to go and Google yourself. Google yourself, because it doesn't matter if you have the most loyal past customers ever, family members, whoever, throw your name out. That's great. But, so let's say my cousin tells her best friend, oh, call my cousin, Nicole. She's the best realtor around. That's great. But that person is not going to just call me because her friend told me. The next thing she's going to do is she's going to get online and she's going to Google my name.
Cyberstalk.
Yeah, and see what comes up.
Sure.
If I don't have anything out there, if I don't have a Facebook page or a website that doesn't look exactly like everybody else's, or an Instagram, things that they can go, they're going to probably be like, is this person even doing business? Do they know what they're doing? They might be a nice person,
Right.
but are they relevant?
Yeah.
Are they current? And Google yourself or look at your Facebook business page. Is the last thing you posted back in November and it was a reminder to change your clock an
Clocks.
hour? That's not helpful.
No.
I mean, so somebody needs to be able to Google you, look you up. I mean, do you even go to a restaurant without Googling it first?
No, first thing I do, my wife and I love when we're traveling to find local restaurants that, aren't. I refuse to go to like an Applebee's or something.
Exactly,
like that.
same.
I want to go to the mom and pop shop that has the best slice of pizza. in the
Nothing
area.
that we have at home.
Exactly. And so the first thing I do is hop on Google or Yelp and find, hey, who has the best reviews?
Right.
Who stands out? Who has good social media? What are people talking about? So
Exactly. And even if, the concierge recommended a restaurant, you're still
still
going to
looking it up.
Google it. Yeah. So even if you got the highest recommendation from a local person, you're still going to look it up. So if you're hiring somebody to help you purchase or sell one of your largest investments, you're going to Google them.
yeah,
And at this point, and in everything I've done, like over the last year, evolving the Ann Nicole to Nicole Rigler, I'm really proud of what shows up. I feel relevant. I feel consistent.
yeah. And like I said, you're
Yeah.
crushing it.
So it's been a game changer.
Awesome.
Yeah.
What would you recommend for somebody that's nervous getting into video, or somebody just looking to start?
If I can do it, you can do it. I am a total. I am. I'm just an introvert. I'm shy by nature. I'm really good one-on-one, and that sort of thing. But it takes a lot to put it out there. I've gotten a lot of encouragement. Have had people just pick up the phone and just say, I've really seen what you're doing with your business, Nicole, and I really admire it. I really like it. And sometimes just getting those little phone calls are enough. Or like getting that person that had 100 names thrown at them on Facebook and they chose me. Just getting that little bit of feedback makes me realize it's worth it.
Yep.
It's worth the risk.
Oh yeah.
I mean, what's the worst thing that can happen? And even some of mine that are out there that I'm like, or, even if my mom says, Nicole, I saw your video, but I didn't really get it. I'll be like, maybe I should delete it. Maybe I shouldn't. And I'm like, no, I'm leaving it up there. It's me.
Yeah.
It's
you. It's authentic.
Yeah.
And again, if you reach one person with that post,
Right.
maybe that's the one person that's buying a house this year.
Exactly. So it's free.
Yeah.
I mean, it takes time. You can end up going down a rabbit hole. You can end up spending too much time. But there's other times I'm sitting in the car, waiting for my daughter to get finished with soccer practice, and I can make a quick video. So it doesn't cost anything, and it has been the best investment in myself.
Love it.
Yeah, that I could have done over the past year. And my numbers, jumped last year. Just an
That's
amazing correlation.
No.
So.
Perfect example of why, if you're not doing video in 2022, you should be. So,
Yes.
Nicole, thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you. Thanks. This is an honor. I was excited to be able to do this. I'm going to have to make a video of it and put it on my Instagram.
We'll definitely tag it.
Okay, good.
All right. Thanks.
Thanks.